This lecture gives you the practical skills and leadership mindset to manage security projects with clarity, discipline, and strategic focus. Whether you're deploying a new SIEM, rolling out MFA, or leading a regulatory compliance effort, you need to treat security work like formal projects, with timelines, stakeholders, risk planning, and measurable outcomes. This isn't just about technical delivery. It's about leading change across people, processes, and technology. Security initiatives don't usually fail because the technology is broken. They fail because the project itself wasn't set up for success. You've probably witnessed this firsthand. A powerful new tool gets purchased but never fully implemented. A well-written policy gathers dust because no one champions it. Or a rollout collapses under pressure because key stakeholders weren't brought along for the journey. These are signs of misalignment, not technical failure. As a security leader, it's your job to prevent these issues by taking a structured and intentional approach to project delivery. You need to start by clearly defining the problem you're solving and setting realistic, measurable goals. Don't assume others share your urgency. Make the business case and secure executive sponsorship early. From there, your success depends on identifying the right stakeholders and involving them throughout the project. You must understand their concerns, priorities, and constraints. If you fail to plan for resistance, miscommunication and delays are inevitable. You also need to manage the project with visibility and discipline, track milestones, monitor progress, and adapt quickly when issues arise. Projects that are transparent, well-governed, and aligned with broader business goals are not only more likely to succeed, they're more likely to be supported, adopted, and sustained long after launch. To manage your security initiatives effectively, you need to think like a project manager, structured, deliberate, and outcome-driven. By organizing your work into clear phases, you gain control over progress, accountability, and stakeholder alignment. Start with the initiation phase. This is where you define exactly what problem you're solving. Is it a critical threat you need to mitigate, a compliance mandate you must meet, or a security capability gap that's been exposed? Get crystal clear on the purpose and scope. Then secure executive sponsorship and build a compelling business case. If this project doesn't align with broader strategic goals or lacks top-down visibility, it will struggle to get traction. Move into planning with precision. This is your blueprint for success. Define the scope, objectives, success criteria, timeline, budget, and resource roles. Engage stakeholders early and map out dependencies, both technical and human. This is also the time to build your change management and user adoption strategy. Don't treat those elements as optional. If you skip them now, you'll pay for it later when resistance kicks in. In the execution phase, you put the plan into motion. Coordinate tasks across teams, manage timelines, and maintain communication with all stakeholders. Hold regular status meetings to stay ahead of issues and maintain momentum. Be ready to step in and resolve blockers, whether that's clarifying expectations, chasing down vendor deliverables, or making tactical pivots when the environment shifts. During monitoring and control, your job is to ensure the project stays on course. Use real metrics to assess progress against milestones. Watch for scope creep, unmanaged risks, or emerging blockers. Dashboards, issue trackers, and routine updates with stakeholders are your tools to maintain alignment and transparency. Don't assume people know how it's going. Show them with data. Finally, reach the closure and review phase with discipline. Don't just end the project. Conclude it with purpose. Conduct a lessons learned session to capture what worked, what didn't, and how to improve next time. Document results, share outcomes, and transition the system or process into operational ownership. When you close a project well, you reinforce credibility and build momentum for future initiatives. Security projects often compete with business priorities. They take time, disrupt established workflows, and demand attention that teams may not be ready to give. It's your job to manage that tension with empathy and strategy. You can't simply push security forward without considering operational impact. If you do, your project risks being deprioritized, resisted, or quietly ignored. You need to translate technical risks into business language so stakeholders can clearly see the cost of inaction and the value of your solution. Be flexible in your delivery approach. You may need to adjust timelines, phase your rollout, or pilot features with a small group before scaling up. That's not a sign of failure, it's a sign of leadership. By showing that you're listening and adapting, you build trust and reduce resistance. Agile methodologies are especially useful here. When you deliver value in small, visible increments, you can gather feedback early, correct course quickly, and keep stakeholders engaged without overwhelming them. Your job is to protect the organization without exhausting it. When you strike that balance, your projects gain real traction. When you're leading a security initiative, success depends just as much on your tools as it does on your technical expertise. The right tools bring structure to your workflow and give you the visibility, alignment, and accountability needed to keep the project on track. Start with a project charter. This is your foundation. Use it to clearly define the project's goals, scope, stakeholders, and key roles. When everyone understands the purpose and boundaries from day one, you reduce ambiguity and keep expectations aligned throughout the life cycle. Use a RACI matrix to clarify responsibilities. You'll often work with cross-functional teams, and things can get murky quickly. RACI, responsible, accountable, consulted, informed, makes sure that everyone knows what they own, who makes the decisions, and who needs to stay in the loop. Visual tools like Gantt charts or Kanban boards help you map out timelines, dependencies, and workloads. Whether you're managing a fixed scope deployment or using an agile approach, visualizing progress makes it easier to spot delays, balance team capacity, and communicate updates. Maintain a risk register to track known risks, assess their potential impact, and assign mitigation actions. Don't wait for issues to surprise you. Anticipate them, document them, and review them regularly so you're always one step ahead. Build a stakeholder communication plan to keep everyone informed and engaged. Not all stakeholders need the same level of detail, but they all need to know where things stand. Tailor your communication frequency and format based on the role and influence of each stakeholder group. And don't forget your change management playbook. Adoption is often the hardest part of any security initiative. Plan in advance for training, support, user engagement, and resistance management. If you support people through the change, you'll turn compliance into commitment. These aren't just administrative documents, they're tools of leadership. When used well, they help you build trust, stay organized, and keep your initiative moving forward with purpose and confidence. So, what's your leadership takeaway? Managing security projects isn't just a task, it's a leadership function. When you lead with structure, communicate with clarity, and align with the business, your initiatives don't just get delivered, they get adopted. That's the difference between activity and impact. And in your role, impact is what matters most.